So what is one of the most worthwhile investments I've ever made of energy, time, whatever it might be? I would have to say creating my own real-world MBA. And for that, some context. Way back in the day, I was pining after going to Stanford GSB, Graduate School of Business, because I really wanted to go there undergraduate. I ended up not going. And then I thought, wait, but I can get back to the pine trees and the beautiful terracotta buildings for business school. And it'd also be a nice 2-year vacation that looks good on a resume. I went through the process of applying twice. I went through everything, and it always ended at the tour of classes, because I would find 1 or 2 classes I loved. There was one, I think it was called Inside Venture Capital with Peter Wendell, which was fantastic. But then there were all of these theoretically heavy, abstract, conceptual classes that were really uninspiring to me. And I just felt demoralized, didn't know what to do. So what I decided at the time, because I was also having lunches with someone named Mike Maples Jr., who's a spectacular investor, and he would ask me for PR or launch marketing advice related to his startups. And I would ask him then about deal structure, why he chose one startup instead of another. And ultimately I decided, wait a minute, why don't I take what I would have spent on business school, which is $120,000 at the time, like $60,000 a year, so $120K over 2 years, and just create the Tim Ferriss fund, in quotation marks, which would be my real-world MBA. And I would ask Mike if I could invest alongside him, just small amounts of money. The assumption, this is the most important part, being that I would lose the $120K. It's a sunk cost, right? In the same way that tuition, it's gone. Once you pay, it's gone. And you hope that at business school or in my real-world MBA, the skills I would develop, all of the things I would learn, the people I would meet, the network that I would build would be worth more than that $120K over time. And right out of the gate, I made a stupid decision and lost the first $50K. What a dummy on the first investment. So I was just like, okay, now what? And I remember Mike saying, that seems a little aggressive. And I was like, no, man, this is going to be the next Google. Boom, like shoot my head. And complete, like Walking Dead immediately. And I continued then to refine things. And ultimately that led to early stage investments in Facebook, Twitter, Uber, Alibaba. You go down the list, the 50 plus companies over the next 10 years following that, because I ended up enjoying it and it worked out. By far the biggest financial wins of my life, probably forever, quite frankly, have come from the initial experiment of doing a real world MBA where I expected to lose all the money I put in, 120K over 2 years. And that just blows my mind. So that was the best investment I've ever made. And you can mimic it in other smaller ways, whether you want to or dream of being a novelist or dream of being an A, B, C, D, or E. You can create that type of real world education. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the tips and tactics and how-to on this channel or in the podcast, The Tim Ferriss Show, I made this for you. Tribe of Mentors, short advice from the best in the world. This is the book that I wanted to read, so I went out and I put it together. Created a dream list of 130 of the best at what they do, people who are icons, legends, and asked them all the same questions. These are people, in some cases, I've wanted to reach out to my whole life. Ranges from many, many billionaires, co-founders of every company imaginable, elite athletes ranging from surfing to tennis to powerlifting, everything else, country stars, actors, directors, and you can spot the patterns. So some of my friends have said this is the easiest to read, most useful book that I've put together yet. So check it out, tribeofmentors.com. You can find sample chapters, the whole list of mentors, everything, tribeofmentors.com.